The rest of the time today, what we're going to spend our time on is some examples looking at using properties of exponents to solve problems. So instead of having radical form, we're going to be writing equations in exponent form and solving them. Remember that you can always move between radical and exponent form using your properties of exponents. So we're going to solve using properties of exponents. And the one in particular that we're going to be using today is the power of a power, which says that if we have a base A and it's raised to the m power, and then we raise that entire thing to the n power, we are in effect multiplying the two exponents, the m and the n, together to get the power to a power. So let's take a look at an example where we use that to solve an equation. We're going to have 2x to the 3/4 power plus 2 is equal to 10. Just the same as we did last time when we isolated the radical before continuing to solve. This time we want to isolate the term that has the exponent in it before we continue to solve. So I'm going to switch colors here to make it clear where my solution begins from my original problem. All right, so I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides, leaving me with 2x to the 3/4 power is equal to 8. And now I have my exponent isolated, which is what I wanted. All right, so I told you we were going to be using our power to a power in order to solve this. And so we want to be strategic or smart about what kind of a power we raise this to now. And if we were going to multiply things together and we want to make the power disappear, the exponent disappear, and the exponent is the 3/4, the way we could do that is by multiplying by its reciprocal. Okay, if we multiply by the reciprocal, then we have a 3 on the top and a 3 on the bottom, and those will cancel to 1. We also have a 4 on the top and a 4 on the bottom, and those will cancel to 1. So our overall exponent is just 1 at that point. So just to be clear, I'm going to come over here on the right. We started with an exponent of 3/4, and we want to multiply it by something that's going to give me an answer of 1. I want an exponent of 1 because I want the exponent to just completely disappear. And an exponent of 1 is the same as not writing an exponent. So if I multiply this by 4/3, my 3's cancel and my 4's cancel, and I'm left with just a 1. So that's how we're going to negate or take the opposite of an exponent. So again, just like the root and the power canceled each other out this last time in the lesson, our exponent and reciprocal exponent are going to cancel. So I'll be left with 2x on the left-hand side, and x to the 4/3, if you put that in your calculator, is 16. And then just continue solving, leaving me with x equals 8. Just like the last time, we have to check our work and make sure that this is truly a solution or see if it may be an extraneous solution. So let's plug in 2 times 8 to the 3/4 power plus 2 is equal to 10. 16 to the 3/4 power, which if you put that in your calculator is 8, plus 2 equals 10, and yes, 10 is equal to 10, so we are good and we can box this as an answer. Before we go further, let's just kind of go back and write down the steps that we just did in order to solve. That way you can refer back to this for other problems. So the first thing we did was we isolate the term containing the exponent. And in order to do that, we may have to add or subtract or multiply or divide if needed. In this example that we just did, we had to subtract. We had to subtract 2 from both sides to isolate the exponent term. Once we do that, then we eliminate the exponent. We eliminate by raising both sides of the equation to the reciprocal exponent. All right. After we do that, we just continue solving and check our answer. The check, again, just like last time, is an important part. You cannot skip that part.